Splash. So I got the 45 here. One thing I did not like, this teeny weeny hole here. It's supposed to be a big hole. You're supposed to put an adapter in there. It's supposed to look like a real 45. I know maybe you can punch that out, but that shouldn't come with that hole like that. That's a hole for an LP, a 33 1/3, not a 45. And the other thing I was hoping, I know people say hoping against hope. I'm hoping against hope. What does that mean? But I was just hoping. I was hoping that Liberty DeVito was the drummer on this song. I was hoping that Billy Joel went and knocked on his door and said, hey, I'm working on a new tune, and I'd like you to be the drummer. But I know now for sure, guarantee 100% that Liberty is not on this. Not on this, which a little bit disappointed me. I love the song, and this song has been growing on me more and more. I mean, I liked it initially when I first heard it. Oh, it's a good song, good tune. But now the more I hear it, the more I like it. The more I like it. And I will say I know now for sure that there is no album. No album. I thought there was going to be an album. Well, I was hoping. But based on what I heard at the Grammys, no album. Now, if he makes one now, that's a different story. But as I speak, as I make this video, there is no album with another 9-10 songs. So that disappointed me. But I am happy and I'm grateful that this came out. Been waiting since 93. 93. Forget about All My Life, that song, and Christmas in Fallujah. I did not like those tunes. I didn't think that they were that good. Even though I'm a huge fan, I don't know, didn't like them. So I have here the bridge. This was the most anticipated album for me, and a close second was Stormfront. But this one here, so I had gone through the whole thing with An Innocent Man, all the songs. I think Keeping the Faith was the last single released, and I didn't even think that that was going to be released. I didn't see it as a single, but now I do, because it's been a single. So when this was coming out, I was trying to find information left and right, looking at magazines, Rolling Stone, Billboard, trying to find anything in there that they, somebody would report on what Billy Joel is doing. And I knew he was working on something, but I didn't know, anything beyond that. And then I remember Martha Quinn on MTV was saying the news one evening, and I happened to be there in front of the television set. Mama's boy. And she said news about Billy Joel, and an image of Billy Joel popped up on her left side, and she said that he's working on an album, and I was all excited to hear that. Then a short time after, I went to the record store and I grabbed the magazine, and there was a tiny paragraph in there talking about Billy Joel and the album, and it mentioned Baby Grand by name. Baby Grand, he's working on a song, Baby Grand. It's a duet with Ray Charles, and I was like, my mind, my imagination went all over the place, and he called it a standard, and I was like, what is a standard? Back then I didn't know what a standard was. I thought it was like a stick shift. So I would go to the record store and I'd ask the guy with the long hair, I'd say, Billy Joel album come out yet? He's like, no, I haven't heard anything. I go, when's it coming out? He goes, I have no idea. So a while went by, and then I got confirmation. I think it was because of the movie Ruthless People, so somebody had mentioned when the actual album was coming out, because Modern Woman was a song that was featured in the movie. And so I got to hear that, and that gave me a good, idea of I remember my mother and I were going grocery shopping, and we pulled into the parking lot, and the DJ on the radio said, next, Billy Joel, Modern Woman. And I said to my mother, why don't you go and do your shopping and I'll be in a few minutes. Then the song came on, and I like the song, but he craps on it, which annoys me. He craps on this entire album. I like this album. And I don't know why he finds it necessary to crap on the album. Okay, you had a kid. You wanted to be home. We get that. You said that a million times. But just because you wanted to do all that doesn't mean that this is a bad album. Anyway, when I went into the store, they finally opened up the doors, because I was looking in the window. I could see that was the day, because they had these posters of Billy Joel, the bridge thing, and then they had these albums stacked up like a pyramid. And I go, it's for real. I was so excited. It was like, you know, seeing a sequel to your favorite movie. So they open up the doors, I go in there, I grab it, I'm looking at it, I'm flipping it around. I like the colors, you know, and that's the back. And I was fascinated. What could this album be about? I went over to my friend's house, and he had a good system. I know I mentioned this before, but I'm mentioning it again. And I put the headphones on, and Running on Ice came on. And I had never heard anything quite like Running on Ice before. Fast pace, very fast. And that song drew me in. To this day, it's my favorite song on the album. I always thought that this should have been a single, but somebody in Columbia did not agree. Anyway, I'm a big fan of that song, Running on Ice. I can hear the song back to back to back to back all night long. Lionel Richie. I just love it. I mean, I love the lyrics. I love the way he sings it. I love the drums. I love the instrumentation. Everything about this song speaks to me. And I remember he tried to do it live a few years ago. And first of all, he was doing it slower. I did not like that. You know, I mean, that's a fast song. And 86 is a live version of that song, and it's fast. I think it's even faster than the album. But he's older now, and, you know, did it slow. And then he tried it again, and he got like halfway through it or something. He stopped it. I was like, I don't know what that song, you know, I mean, I love that song. So I remember, I think it was either A Matter of Trust or This Is the Time came out. They both came out, but maybe it was Matter of Trust that came out first. And I liked it. I liked the video. Lady saying, shut up. And This Is the Time, beautiful tune. Go down the list here. Modern Woman, I like. He craps on it. You know, I mean, I think he craps on it in case there's a critic out there that's going to badmouth it. Somebody will say, well, Billy Joel already crapped on it, so you don't have to do that. You know, he's on your side. Appeasement. That's what this is, appeasement. Baby Grand, which he played the crap out of live. Every time I went to see him, he always would stick that song in there. I don't know if he still does as much. Big Man on Mulberry Street. Love that tune. I've actually been on Mulberry Street walking around. I took a picture. It's on my channel. I took a picture of the steps from the cover of An Innocent Man. Temptation, cool tune. I remember they almost gave up on that. And then was it Mark Rivera? Somebody went into a different room with him and they tried to knock it out, and they finally did, because the original version was a different style, fast pace, not as good. Temptation ended up on the album, much better. Code of Silence, the one that he gives credit to Cyndi Lauper. I don't know what she helped with, couple of words, gets credit. I like the tune, like the harmonica in there. Sounds like a little bit of Stevie Wonder. Getting Closer, good tune. But I like this album. I like it 25 times better than River of Dreams. I do not like that album. Don't like it. Doesn't sound like him. Different style. But I remember when this was coming out, I was so excited. I knew the next day it was coming out, and I got up there before the store even opened. And like I said, for me it's a good album. So when he starts badmouthing it, I'm like, I don't want to hear him. I don't want to hear him. He's like a big baby, you know. It's like, my toys suck. My thing I made sucks. If he said that about the River of Dreams, I wouldn't like him saying that about his own stuff, but I would agree. I would agree with him. Because that album, did not get into it, did not speak to me. This one speaks to me. And I've said the story, I'm going to say it again. I've said the story about running on ice. So I had a friend in high school, his father had all the top of the line equipment, computers, hi-fi stuff, the high fidelity. And he had a good recording system in his house. So I went and bought top of the line tape, blank tape, metal, to record Running on Ice. I wanted a really good copy of it, crank it up in my car. So at school I said to my friend, hey, give your father the album and have him make a copy of that song, Running on Ice. Here's a really good blank tape, put it on that. So he goes, all right. So he went over, got his father to do it. Next day comes in, hands me the tape. I was very excited. I get in my car. Push play, and I hear the song, and it sounds like slow motion. I'm like, something wrong with my tape deck. Put it in again, I hear it slow. I call him up, call my friend up. I say, hey, I've been playing that tape, and the song sounds slow. He's like, let me talk to my father. So he disappears, from the phone area for about a minute. Comes back and he says, yeah, he goes, my father intentionally slowed it down because he thought they recorded it at the wrong speed. I'm like, who told him that? Who told him they recorded it at the wrong speed? This is not Cold Spring Harbor. So that annoyed me. That annoyed me. I mean, you're deciding how fast the song has to be now? You at your house? So I gave him another tape. I didn't want him to record over that one because a lot of times it leaves a bit of a sound on there. I don't know if you noticed, but it does. So I gave him a brand new, top of the line, empty tape, metal, chrome. And he made me a copy the correct way. And then I played it nice and loud. Like I said, even today, it's my favorite song on the album. And it's one of my favorite songs of his, period. I mean, it's just like boom, boom, boom. It's like you're hitting the nail on the head constantly with this song. The lyrics, I love the lyrics. I know he said he originally, when he wrote it, he wanted Sting to sing it. I don't think Sting can sing that fast. I don't think so. So, and Big Man on Mulberry Street, there was a time when I could not stop singing the line, sometimes I panic, what if nobody finds out who I am? And my mother turns to me and she goes, can you stop singing that? And my aunt jumps in. She's like, it's okay. It's okay. My son was that way. She goes, with the Beatles. So I continued to do that for a little bit longer, especially when I found out it annoyed her. I did it even more. So yeah, I always wondered who this guy was supposed to be up top there. There's a guy up there. I don't know if that's Lamont from Sanford and Son. And what kind of bridge is this? This is a bridge to the Twilight Zone. It's like some weird Channel 2 PBS program with this bridge in it. But I like the color. And I think he's wearing jeans here made by Guess jeans. I don't know if he's trying to pose here like that Rolling Stone Sticky Fingers cover. But yeah, it upsets me when he craps on this album. It's not that bad, it's not like you recorded some ridiculous thing. It's got a bunch of good tunes on it. Good quality album, good producer, and he keeps crapping on it. That's a psychological thing. I mean, there's no way that, that's normal, constantly crapping on your own stuff. And he's one of the few people that does that. You don't hear anybody else. You don't hear Neil Sedaka crapping on his stuff. You don't hear that. Anyway, that's it. We had a ton of rain. Past few days, it was raining hard constantly. I'm surprised it stopped, but I mean, it was pouring. I came out here with an umbrella, and I cooked a steak with salt and pepper. But I had an umbrella. Probably neighbors looking around saying, "What's that guy doing out there?" I'm cooking a steak. What do you think I'm doing? All right. So, if you get a chance, listen to Running on Ice, the studio version, not the one he did when he was 73 years old, 72, whatever. Can't do it now. Everything he does now is slow. Used to be a faster, fast, and especially live he was fast, but now when you hear the studio version, when you hear him singing live, you go, that's exactly what it sounds like. But then when you compare it, no. When you compare it, he sings like a snail now. So, yeah, anyway, turn the lights back on. I was hoping Liberty DeVito was the drummer. Had this image in my head that Billy Joel got up, went down to Liberty's house, knocked on the front door, and said, "Hey, listen, I got this new tune I'm working on, and I'd like you to be the drummer, just like old times." And Liberty, after he stopped jumping up and down, hitting his head to the ceiling, he said, "Sure." But I looked it up, and he's not the drummer. Anyway, that's it for now. Ciao.